When diagnosed with autism, there's an underlying assumption that communication abilities are most likely altered or in some cases non-existent. Over the span of years and development of understanding of the diagnosis, there have been an increase in interventions to assist nonverbal children with autism communicate their basic wants and needs. Some of these interventions have been around for quite some time, while others are still being developed and researched today. Not all people diagnosed with autism have a communication deficit, and likewise, not all people with autism with a communication deficit require or adapt to the same communication system. There are 3 specific communication systems that are usually brought to the surface when discussing alternative communications. One being sign language, one being augmentative communication systems, or ACS, and the last one being PECS, picture exchange communication systems. The most popular and most heard of communication system would be PECS. But in the late 1970s, a guy named Howard Goldstein stated that more and more people were becoming aware of communication systems that could be implemented with children with autism, and he focused specifically on sign language. He stated that sign language allowed for a quicker learning process of vocabularies and allowed for higher rates of success with communication training than did speech training. Sign language should be applied to a population of children with autism that already possess or can easily possess the skills to replicate something, copy, or imitate something or someone. It is important to note that sign language abilities could be modified to best meet the ability of the child and to be able to imitate that sign independently. So it might not be the actual sign in sign language specifically, but if the sign is modified and people are aware of what the sign is that the child's or person with autism is doing, that could also be accepted. Without the ability to communicate, frustration levels arise. In a study conducted by Gons and his research team in 2011, it was noted that not only did teaching an effective communication system to children of all levels with autism, it not only allowed for the child to simply communicate, but also to improve performance across multiple settings and generalize across skills, including social skills, different academic abilities, and most importantly, decreasing some problem behaviors. If I were to choose sign language as a communication system for a child, a therapy session might look a little something like this. Johnny, would you like to go play? Do this. Play. Hey, watch me. Would you like to go play? And if he doesn't catch on to that, then I'd give a partial prompt to pick his hands up. And then model again. Watch me play. And give some time. And if there's no movement, I would do a full physical and model his hands with play. And then after some time, if he's not picking up on that, maybe modify to play or something that is in his repertoire where he can model and independently do a sign for play. Immediately after doing the sign for play, I'd reinforce him doing the sign for play by offering him something to play with. Another good way to start sign would be sitting at a table eating, like something like this. Johnny, would you like to eat? And then wait for him to do the sign for eat or something similar to eat prior to giving him food for eating.